Everybody, my name is Michaela Bonafide, and this is my digital unit plan. My content area is physical education, and I chose to do my unit plan on soccer, specifically for 7th grade. Okay, so this is my homepage, and I'm going to read you my summary. So my soccer unit summary, it says, in this unit, all 7th grade physical education students will learn how to trap, kick, and shoot a soccer ball, all with the inside of their foot. Students will also learn offensive and defensive strategies by playing small-sided games. Once the rules and skills of the game are practiced in small-sided games, the kids will be separated into bigger games with 11 players on each team. This is traditionally how many players are on a soccer team. Students will also be tested on knowledge of the sport through content quizzes and peer assessments. Soccer is fun and it has many health benefits. Soccer will increase aerobic capacity and cardiovascular health, as well as work on strength, flexibility, and endurance. I also have some soccer pictures. Here are the content standards. I have some from Content Area 1, Content Area 2, and Content Area 5. My big ideas are the essential question for most of the units will be how can I stay healthy? Because most of my units, I just want to introduce kids to a sport and just different ways that they can stay healthy. But this unit question is what is soccer? And then some smaller questions to help them figure out what is soccer will be where did soccer originate from, which means that I'm going to take them through a unit full of soccer history. What are the rules of soccer? I will also teach them the rules of soccer and also how various positions are played in soccer on both the offensive and defensive sides. So their learning objectives are going to be students will learn what soccer is through play and lecture. This includes rules and positions. Students will learn how to properly trap, kick, pass, and shoot a soccer ball. And students will learn how to play both offense and defense through small-sided and regular-sized soccer games. Okay, so that's kind of the overview. Let's go on to the full digital unit plan. So this is my digital unit plan. So we have soccer, of course, is the sport. The grade level is 7. Here again are all the content standards that we saw on the beginning of the page. And these are just my big ideas, kind of broadened. These are the main questions I just read you. How can I stay healthy? What is soccer? But these are the ones for the physical education class specifically. So I want to make sure my students will be able to trap a ball, dribble a ball, demonstrate body management to shoot and pass a ball, understand and describe all the critical elements of a soccer kick, analyze their own movements and others' movement patterns, and etc. So the unit summary is this. Once again, this unit will cover soccer. The students will learn how to trap, kick, trap a ball, kick a ball, and shoot a ball with the inside of their foot. Learn offense and defense. Here we go on assessments. So there is entry-level assessments, which are brainstorms. We have multiple formative assessments like anticipation guides, do's and don'ts, peer assessments, as well as summative assessments like grades, overall unit grades, and how would you teach this exercise. Going down, we have the first lesson, which is the lecture. So the student learning objective is to establish an understanding of where soccer came from and to test students' prior knowledge on the sport. So to do this, I'll be using that anticipation guide, which is kind of like a true or false quiz, quizzing them on their previous knowledge of the sport overall. And then during this lesson, we'll be using the guided notes, which I'll show you that I've made, and then just start doing the skills like trapping, dribbling, and passing. And here I've kind of talked about how I will teach those skills. Next is the Weber size, which is kind of hard to incorporate into physical education for me personally, but I assigned my students to go and watch a soccer game, and then we're going to come back and have a discussion about it. And also, there is another Weber size in the online lecture, which you can see, which is kind of in like the Weber size iPad lesson right here that I'm going to talk about later on. But I decided to make that like a makeup assignment if you didn't come to class to hear the lecture. that was just my way of incorporating it into the lesson. I really couldn't think of another strategy, which was a bummer. Okay, and lastly, the graphic organizer is to test students' knowledge on the skills and information they learned by doing peer quizzes, and also revisit and correct our anticipation guide. So we're going to do another anticipation guide, and anticipation guides are like short 8-question quizzes to test previous knowledge. They just do true or false, but you could do this after the lecture or after the lesson and come back and revisit those questions to see what they got right. Okay, and then here I have my content standards, or where the unit resources, which are content standards, framework, and useful websites. Okay, so assessments we kind of already talked about, going over the unit plan. We have entry level, which is a brainstorm, these 4 formative, like anticipation guide, do's and don'ts, peer assessments, and many peer taught lessons and games. And also the summative, which is how you would teach this, and end of unit grades. Brainstorm is a brainstorm. I'm just kind of asking them what they know, where they think soccer came from. Then I'll also give them this little quiz about testing their knowledge. Do's and don'ts is just going to be something I do in the lecture so they can understand the classroom rules for soccer, because soccer rules may be different in my classroom than they are outside, whenever they would play with their friends or in a league. Peer assessments will be by students evaluating each other so they can correct other movements and also get feedback on their own movements. Peer taught mini lessons are going to be, teams of 2 or 3 where they reteach a skill or teach a mini game that involves, the actions that we do in soccer. How would you teach this? Is just going to be a reflection part and a test all in one. Just asking my students how they would teach other kids how to shoot or like pass a soccer ball. And by asking them how to teach this and how to describe it, it makes them think of the action and also think how they can take the action and interpret it into words. And this really is a good way to test to see if your kids understood what soccer was about and how to really do a movement. And then also you just have end of unit grades. End of unit grades are important in all classes, but they're very important in PE because they'll be made out of attendance and participation and also other assignments. All right. So this is my quick rubric. This was directly this was the rubric for my Teach This assignment for my, so yeah, here's my little rubric for the How Would You Teach This assignment, because it said that in our lesson that we needed a rubric, but we'll continue on. So there was the rubric. Okay, so the teacher lecture. So here is the lecture and guided notes. There they are. They're going to load. So I have my Prezi here, which is my presentation, and then these are my guided notes. My hypothesis question, which is where did soccer come from? This is the brainstorm I was talking about. Then I gave them room for that, and then origin of soccer video. So we'll watch a video that's included in my lecture above right here, and then they'll have to answer these questions. What is the world's most popular sport? Soccer. Where did the earliest evidence of soccer come from? Either China or the Aztecs. What year was the Football Association formed? And so on. And then after they watch all this, they'll have a second to do the anticipation guide, which will just ask them questions about basic rules and strategies of soccer that they can fill in. And then also we'll be followed up with our soccer do's and don'ts, which is, like I said, where we discuss our classroom rules for soccer. And then a think, pair, and share. Have you ever played soccer? If not, this is okay. This is just a little discussion to get the kids talking. So yeah, those are my guided notes. And this is my lecture up here, like I said, which you can feel free to watch if you would like. All right, Weber size and iPad lesson. Once again, I said I kind of struggled with my Weber size, but I did find some good resources. So the sport of soccer. Now, see, I finished this, but this is what I would do as my makeup work if they missed a day. Yeah. So the sport of soccer, and it talks about the history of soccer, which they would have got in the lesson if they had attended. How far does soccer trace? How far back does soccer trace? Who is credited with recording the first rules of soccer? Then they go to another website to find out more history about soccer. Then we also hit the rules of soccer. They have to answer these questions. Soccer positions. Just a quick couple questions about soccer positions. And lastly, I included a soccer quiz. So if they click on this, link, be taken to another thing where they have to do a soccer quiz, and then they have to record their score. And then at the end, I asked them what was the coolest fact they learned about soccer. So that was my Weber size, interaction, and also kind of my makeup homework. At least that's what I would use it as. And my graphic organizer, you've seen probably 3 times by now, is the anticipation guide. And like I said, this is just a guide, like a quick little true or false quiz that the kids could use. So it says, here we'll be starting our soccer unit this week. To test your previous knowledge of this sport, we will be taking this short 8-question quiz. Please respond true or false to the following questions. The questions will be about rules, positions, and skills. Once everyone is done with the quiz, I'll begin the soccer lecture. After lecture, please review your answers and correct them if necessary. And then here's just an example of somebody getting a 3 out of 8. Maybe they don't know too much about soccer, which is totally fine. This will be graded on completion rather than, correctness. And then I also have a blank template. And then the sorting guide is something you could do to mix up, people who seem to know a lot about soccer or have played soccer. So you can have peer groups. So experts that got all the answers right on the anticipation guide, moderate knowledge, little knowledge, and no knowledge. And then you can create teams based on like what type of knowledge people have. So, you're not overloading one team with all experts on soccer. And then you have the other team has little knowledge, have never kicked a soccer ball. Just another little cool thing, and how you can, help the anticipation guide even further with this sorting tool. But also, obviously, the sorting tool doesn't reflect, actual skills. Somebody with no skill of the knowledge and rules, could be great at soccer. So you can adjust as necessary. Okay, last but not least, we have the unit resources, and there was a lot of good resources online. Soccer is very popular. So these are soccer overall. It has the history, rules, and positions. This video is great if you want to learn about the origin of soccer. Then we have lots of rules of soccer, the rules of football, because everywhere else besides us calls it football. Then how to understand offsides, positions, some really cool videos. And then I included some videos for the exact skills that I'm going to be learning, like how to kick, shoot, and pass a soccer ball. So my kids could always go and visit this website if they needed, more skills. And then written resources are the FIFA website. I also gave them websites to find offense and defensive strategies. And then I'm not sure if he was okay with this, but I included a link to Dr. Matt Llewellyn's email, because I took sports history with him, and this just gave me so much information about where soccer came from and soccer in general, and just all of the sports. So I think if my kids ever really, really wanted to know like something bizarre and crazy about a certain sport, Dr. Matt Llewellyn would be a great resource, and I think he would be, just fine with answering emails of a curious kid who was wondering stuff about, ancient sport or soccer. So yeah, this is my digital unit plan. I hope you guys liked it. I had fun making it. It was crazy. But yeah, so thank you, and I hope you enjoyed. Bye-bye.